Hey guys, what's going on? We got a 4-tier storage cart right here that my wife picked up on Amazon. So I figured that I would do a little unboxing and assembly of it with you guys. So in case you guys are looking to get one of these, y'all will know how to do it. So we are going to get this thing unboxed first, and then we will do a full and complete setup of it. So if you're planning on buying this, you might want to save this video so that you can come back to it so that I can just simply guide you through the entire setup process. It just kind of makes it easy. That's why I like doing these assembly videos for you guys, because I know videos sometimes work a lot, or they're a lot easier to follow than, some of the instructions and whatnot. So, and that way, if I make mistakes too, you guys can kind of learn from those mistakes as well as we're going through this. So let's go ahead and get into this. So our plan for this, we're kind of doing like a organization type of thing going on in the house for the New Year's. We got a whole bunch of like metal shelves, carts, all this type of stuff. So we're just trying to clean up everything and put it where it belongs. Try to teach our kids that as well. It doesn't seem to be going too well. So this has, so you get a bunch of these. It looks like little drawer spaces, little cubbies. 1, 2, 3. Is that guides? Oh, okay. It's like a little circle piece right there. We'll have to see how that all goes together. Here's your instructions right here. Let's see. It's a 5.9-inch kitchen cart, which we'll be using in our laundry room. That's what it's called. Let me see. Pop out the chat in case you guys start saying anything to me. All right, so it looks like you have A to N as far as hardware is concerned. Looks pretty simple. Side shelves. You got storage, grid storage, which is that. Your crossbars, your planks. Okay, cool. And then as far as instructions, they give you no words, basically just diagrams and pictures. So, but it looks fairly simple. So we're going to test it. Oh, okay, and then they break it down 1, 2, 3, 4 directions. So let's see how this is going to turn out. All right, this looks like all the nougats and bits that come with it. You got some nice wheels right there. Those look awesome. A couple of bins on the side, it looks like, that kind of hang, which would be perfect. Extra storage. All right, this one's labeled B, so we want to make sure we know what's what. This is another B right there. How many B's am I supposed to have? Let me double check that. 2 B's, okay, and we had 3 of these. Yeah, these are C's, the little bins. That's the letter C. There's 3 of those. That's correct. We got 2 J's here. 2 J's. This is a side piece right here. This is letter D. That is there should be 2 of these. Is this the other one? Yeah, okay. 2 D's. This is my A. Ooh, I like this. Just looks very nice. I like the coloring of it, the dark, deep tones, and I also like how they have these plastic things on the corner right there to help protect it. That's super cool. All right. By the way, I'll put a link below to this. If you guys want to check it out, y'all can go and grab one of these things. I don't know if they make them in different sizes or not. My wife picked this up, so I'm not too sure what's all in the listing. Let's see. This is E and E. We have 2 E's. 2 E's. We got it. All right. So that's all of the main hardware, the parts. And then everything else, the wheels and all the nougats and bits are everything that's in here, which is G through N. We're just going to assume that that's all there. We'll find out as we go. Oh, no, that's just cardboard. They have these kind of cardboard things on the corners so that it protects it a little bit more, which is nice. All righty, let's see what we got here. We have... Forgot to click my button. You got to click the button. All right, so product overview and, install the side frame. So the first thing we want to do is grab, it looks like we're going to need D, E, and G. And G is just some screws. Okay, this is nice. On the bottom of each picture here, they give you kind of a legend for what's supposed to go in for that particular part of the assembly. So let's go ahead and debag this right here. Stickers are on there too. It's not on the bag, so I won't get them confused. This is D. So we have 2 D's. And then where's our E's? Are right here. Okay. Debag these. That one there. That one there. Okay, I see how this is going together. So you have these square pegs right there, and these are not as big as this part right here. So they're going to fit inside of D. E is going to go into D. Just like that. And then there's some G's in the nougats and bits that we need to find. Okay, I don't like that, but we can figure it out. I say that's K, that's M, and then, okay, I don't like that either. But what I'm saying that I don't like is we have G and H in the bag. I'd prefer it if they made them each their own so that you know which one is G and which one is H, but so we'll just have to figure it out. This one's fairly simple because looks like one is a screw and one's a nut, so we should be able to figure that out easily. And then we have L and I with these, and these are all different kinds of screws, although one of them might be just the Allen wrench that's in there. So it's pretty well defined, I think. So we're looking for G. Looks like we're going to need 4 of them, and they are going to be these little nuts right there. So 1, I just need 2 for this part until we put in the other 2. Oh, L is your Allen wrench, which was in with all the other nuts. So I was correct about that. And you're going to need that for putting in these bolts. Okay. Get a little closer to you guys. Get up close and personal. So we're just going to, I like to just finger tighten these at first to make sure it's nice and snug and everything goes in just fine and kind of get the frame put together. And then I'll go through afterwards and tighten up everything. That way it's not like wibbly wobbly and all that. I didn't accidentally, do it just a hair bit off so that it's not, cockeyed or anything. But since this is making just a side frame, you can get these fairly tight. I don't think we're going to have any issues with that. See, I can feel, see how I can move it a little bit? We want to make sure that we get that nice and tight, but you also want to make sure that you get it that nice and tight on the other side as well, because there is a little bit of room for play there. Okay, got that side done. Let's put that one back there. Another reason why I like to do these live streams of me assembling things, one, it helps you guys to know, have a visual for everything that I do, and I try to explain things as best as I can. But 2, it gives me a great idea for how long it takes me to put it together, from literally taking it out of the box to final assembly. So it gives you guys an idea of how long it should actually take you from someone who actually purchased it, who's actually going to be using it in their house. All right, so I got a couple more of these little guys right there. Just going to put this on down, make sure it's nice and tight. Screw that one on into there. Screw this one on in right there. And then take my Allen wrench, tighten. Make sure that one's good. Yeah, got a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, that looks fairly solid right there. So we got those 2 done. That's step 1. Install the side frame. 1 and 2. All right. Direction number 2, connecting frames and the shelves. So we're going to need I, H, and some more I's. Okay. So we're going to be putting all the baskets and stuff together with this one. I'm confused by the top part. It's showing 2 poles, and then it's showing the square wood piece. But it's showing the wood piece on the bottom of that, but the wood piece does not have any holes on the side of it, so there's nothing for it to screw. Oh, these are just protectors. Ha! I thought that these were like a special thing that they put onto there. No, that's just for protecting while shipping, which is nice. I like that they've added that. And then you have little screw holes right there because you're going to have some screws to be able to put through there. Now that makes sense because these top bars are like a thing so things don't roll off. Does that make sense? I'll show you. Hang on. Let's get this thing together. All right, so we have this right here. And what we want to do is we're going to need these, all the eyes. All these big giant bolts are going to be your eyes. They're a little bit longer than those G's. And so we're going to take that. We're going to grab these basket things. And these start down here because up here is going to be where the wood plank goes and the bars that go on the side of that. So what I want to do, I like to do this, get my screws in first. Just in a bag like this. And then once I have it, actually I'm going to turn it this way too. I don't think this matters which way you took it. Take it, put it in. It looks symmetrical both ways. So we'll just do like this. And then we're just going to screw that one on in like that. I'm going to start this one right here. And then we're just going to finger tighten this for now. And we're going to do this 3 times. Yeah. 2 screws, 3 times, 6 screws total. That, let me get screws in here. One right here. And one right here. Come on. Okay, we're going to screw this on in. Okay, I'm noticing one thing that I think could be improved on this just as I am assembling this right here. And I want to show you guys what that is. Because it's for all the baskets too. Right? It's not a big deal. I just want to point it out. Right here, you have a little gap. This is supposed to be like the back. Now, I like that they have this on here because it's a brace. But I think, I can show it better on this one. I think it would be better if they actually put like a flat piece right here so that if something were to fall down into here, it wouldn't fall out the back and get lost, behind the cart and all that. Although it does have nice wheels, so you can just simply pull it on out. I could put my whole finger through that gap right there. So just, I wanted to point that out, that does exist. Yeah, it's on the same on that side. So if they were to just add, a piece right here, right across here to where these 2 screws are still, you can still use them. I think that would be better for this. But I still think that this is going to be a solid shelf for us regardless, because we're mainly going to be putting like laundry detergent and rags, that type of stuff. Things that won't really get lost or that, small enough that can fall through. So I think we'll be okay in that department. Again, I like to just kind of finger tight these so that I can make sure it's not wibbly wobbly and all that. Come on now. All right, this one's a little, I just got to push on it a little bit to make it line up correctly. There we go. Okay. Make it nice and tight. I think this one I might need my Allen wrench for. All right, that feels good. All right, so we have all that. I'm thinking that I should put this on next because it just goes right here. And then I think I'm gonna do the top piece there. I think that's gonna actually be easier, and it'll let me be able to make sure it's all straight. Before I do that, I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Yeah, last thing is the wheels. So it doesn't tell you not to do it in a certain way. I just think that that's going to be the easiest way. So just to make it nice and square. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, let's see, give me this. Just thought of something. Hang on. Yep. God, I hate it when I do that. So I take back everything that I complained about with this thing, because if I was to put this thing together and make sure that the grate is on the inside, then this sits up nice and flush with that right there, thus not creating that gap. So I'm going to have to go back and redo all those screws right there. Granted, they're just bolts, and I only finger tighten them. So that's one reason why I don't like to, I make everything as tight as possible right from the get-go. Because I guarantee you, I'm going to make a mistake at some point. I always do, it seems. Hey, Daryl, what's going on? And so, hang on. And so that's why I don't like to I like to finger tighten everything and not make everything tight right as I'm doing it. That way I get that little bit of play. All right. This one's a little tight. I'm going to need it just to get it going. There we go. Okay. Still loose, not super tight. Let me put this one here. Okay. I want this one down here. Turn it this way. I do like how this is all made out of metal too. That's nice. We live down here in Louisiana, so if anything, later on this becomes an outside cart for whatever reason, it shouldn't rust on me as much. We have a lot of humidity down here. That one's nice and tight. Let's see, I might need my Allen wrench for that. Okay, now that we have this side correctly done and the other side incorrectly done, we're going to undo all these. And so we can flip this thing on over. Good news, just six little bolts. Just make sure you get the right ones, because remember, we put in these right here at the beginning. So we realized whenever we were kind of reorganizing our laundry room area that we have a good amount of space for like a little cart like this. And we always kept stuff just on top of the washer, on top of the dryer. And it always just looked bad. I never liked the look of it. Everything looked kind of just all over the place. And so hopefully this organization cart will help it to not be as messy. I found as I'm getting older, I like things to be a little bit more clean, organized. Everything has a spot. Okay, another thing that I want to point out with this, first of all, I flipped it over so it's on the right way, is it's very easy to do it with it on its side like this, and I can now do my caddy corner like this, where I get these first couple at the top and bottom, so that it's a little bit easier to see, I guess. It comes more flush, it's more straight, so that whenever we pick it up, it should be good to go. Come on, get in the hole. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. Sweet. All right, let me check this real. I need to check. Yeah, okay, good. Let's see. Let's finish these out. We just have this one over here now. Right on in. Boom shakalaka. And then two more for the middle. Is that through? Yeah. Like that. And like that. Okay, now stand it up. Hey, 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 that's nice and straight. I like that. I just want to give them a little bit of a tighten here to make sure that we are all locked and loaded. That one was super loose. Let me give it a little extra. Turn this one. Oh, yeah, that one's loose too. Let's give that one a little extra. Tighten up the bottom. I don't want it to be straight. Okay, make sure we're still good. Yep, solid. I guess too, since this is going to be on wheels, I guess you could not use the wheels if you wanted to. I don't know. But since it's going to be on wheels, because we plan on using the wheels, it doesn't necessarily have to be like 100% straight. It's a little bit off kilter, a little wobbly or whatever, the wheels will give it that little bit of play for you. Okay, sweet. Got a slight bit of a wobble, so I think I just have it a little too tight on one side rather than the other. So to hopefully eliminate that, I'm just going to simply undo that just a little bit right there. And then I'm going to do this one. Kind of wiggle it out and then tighten it back up, and that should do it, hopefully. If not, I'm going to put the wheels on. Yeah, that definitely, it still has a little bit, but it helped it a lot. All right, now we need to do these top bars. I think it'll be easier if I guess it really doesn't matter, but since I'm working with the Allen wrench right now, it'll probably be easier just to continue going with these. And you're just going to need, again, those same bolts right here. This one, it's going to go on the top, your bar. So not only is this going to help with bracing it, to keep it nice and straight and all that, give it some stability, but it's also going to help to keep things on that little plank shelf. Like that. There's another one. Like that. Couple more of these guys. Pop. Right on in like that. Super easy to put together, I gotta say. We're almost done here, I believe. And this one here. Just like that. Okay. Nice and tight. Perfect. Now we want our plank. So this plank is going to go down here. Like this. I guess this is why they tell you to do the plank before the other side. But you just got to manhandle it. So that plank, as I showed y'all earlier, has those screws in there. So you want to make sure that you line those up because you are going to be screwing into the wood. I got to say, it sits nice and flush. Make sure I got it on this side. Just trying to make everything nice and square. Line up those holes, and then my feet are falling asleep because I'm on my knees. So you got a bunch of these guys in there. Uno, dos, tres, catorce. And look, they give you one of each different screw in case you do, something goes wrong with it or whatever. And make sure that they got you covered. So this is just going to go right on into there. Let me go get a screwdriver. Actually, I've never seen that before. Allen wrench screws. Interesting. So we can use our Allen wrench right here. Pop those right on in. Whoop. Just like this. So you literally don't need tools unless you want them. The only downside to this is if you have like a really good screwdriver that you really like, you would not be able to use it unless you had a Allen wrench style head for it. Because I know some people have like ratcheting screwdrivers and all that type of stuff. And so it would definitely make this job a tad bit easier. Keeps falling out. There we go. Oh. The struggle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do this side, and then I'm going to butterfingers today. Then I'm going to do the other side. Like that. Hi-ya! Okay. Almost there. There we go. Okay. So now I want to flip it over and I want to do this side right here. It's catty corner from the other side. Just gonna, Yep, the hole's still lined up right there. Get it start. And let's screw it on in again. You know what? I just thought about this. Probably be a lot easier like this. Let's give it a shot. Because now I can kind of hold everything. Gravity takes hold of that Allen wrench. Keeps it from not falling. Definitely a lot easier. There we go. Easy cheesy. Next one. Boom. By the way, these things, did I get a close-up of that? I don't know if I did, but that's what they look like. All right. Make sure your hole is nice and lined up. Put that one on in. Again, screw it on through. Okay, I'm gonna flip it on over. Put on this one right here, just like that. All right. After this, I think we just have one more thing to do. Finish getting this in here. There we go. All right, check your wood. Make sure it didn't split. Nope. Nope, everything's solid. Nice. Last but not least, let's see that. We did all that. We got that. Okay. JK. What's K? Oh. Okay. JK. Cool. And then our F's. Let's do our wheels first, and then we'll talk about J and K because we need to get this thing picked up. Super easy. Got a simple nut on that side. We're just going to screw it on in. Did it come with the... No? Yeah, it does. Okay. So, since these are casters and they spin in a full 360 like this, you can't screw it in that way. So they give you a little wrench because there's a nut right here. And then you can just simply twist this. Put your fingers up against it. Can y'all see that? So if I put my fingers up against it, then that'll hold, fairly good job of holding the wrench right there so that you can get this thing screwed up. Just makes it a little bit easier. These are not actually bracing anything, so it doesn't really matter the order that you do it in. Let me get it started. If you can get your fingers right here, you can kind of do a certain amount of finger tightening. But I just like to do that to get started. And then I'll put the wrench in. And then again, put my fingers right there. And then you can just simply spin this thing on in. Spin it there and grin it when you're winning in a minute. And you win in a minute. You can spin it, spin it, spin it. Tailspin. Come on, you 80s, 90s kids out there. Huh? Who remembers good old tailspin? I used to be a TV theme song junkie. I used to listen to all of it. Y'all remember the Tailspin theme song? Starts off with like lightning crashing and the airplane going down in on the island maybe or something. Y'all remember that? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, yeah, tailspin. Oh, oh, tailspin. Friends for life, you think can gain with another tailspin. Oh, yeah, tailspin. Oh, tailspin. Friends for life, you think can gain with another tailspin. All right. Hey, this thing works well. Check that out. Move it all around, put it where you need it to go, throw it all over the place. That is awesome. Okay, I like that. So, J are these. Boop, there we go. And these hook on to the side right here. Put one there. Put one there. Put some little doohickeys on there. It's just a little clip that holds on. A little clip right there. Just like that. And then I mentioned K, which are these little guys. I didn't even look at these. But these are like little hooks that you clip onto the sides. You can put one here, put one here, and you can kind of put these wherever you want. So if you want like one's hanging here, maybe you want to move a bin to over here, and you can even put it way down here if for whatever reason you want to do that. Put it down here. Y'all can't even see it, can you? Trying to tell my dad joke. Put it down here so that the kids can reach all the cleaning supplies and then they can clean up. Yeah, right. Let's see. We'll put that one there. Yeah, I don't know where I'm putting this. I'm gonna let the wife figure out where she wants to put it. I'll just kind of clip them on here for now. But that's cool that they have those little additions that you can add to it to make it work better for you. I did want to point out that they have M, and I believe M is if you do not want wheels, which they don't state in this diagram or in any of the manuals or anything. They show the wheels on the whole entire thing, but I'm pretty sure these are just little feet. So if you don't want it to spin around and all that, you don't want to be able to move it, you can throw these little guys onto the bottom instead. Just keep in mind, it's going to lower it a good bit right here. Now, one thing that I like to do is kind of measure things out for you guys so you guys actually know how much space you're getting in here. So first of all, the entire thing with the wheels is 32 inches tall right here. So we're looking at 32 all the way to the top of this piece right here, like the not the bar, but the actual top right here. And then in between your shelf, the top of your shelf and the bottom bar is about 1.5 inches. So you want to make sure that things are taller than 1.5 inches, or else they're going to kind of fall through here. The depth of these with that bar on the side, so the whole thing that's like 2.5 inches right there, just from the top of here to the bottom here. And then in between here, you have 5 inches and 5.5, a little bit more than 5.5. That's like 5 3/4 right there, between the top of here and the bottom of here. Now, between the top of here and the bottom of this basket right here is what I want to see. You have, that's about 6, a little less than 6. So we'll call it 5 3/4 right there. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same right here. Yep, 5 3/4. And then on the bottom, so the reason why I like to do the bottom, and this might be different for you if you decide not to put the casters on it, but on the bottom right here, I like to do this because we have a robot vacuum and we also have like a regular stick vacuum type of thing. You want to make sure that you can get underneath here. And this being, let's see, that's about 4.5 inches, I would say. That should give you plenty of room to get a vacuum underneath there so that dust won't collect under here as well. Now, on the sides right here, in between here and here, let me go ahead and measure that out. You are looking at 5 3/4 again. And then you have your hooks right here. So if you have something that's dangling down, for it to touch the ground, it'd need to be like 1 foot long. So you have about 1.5 feet to be able to go all the way to the ground right here if you do planning on putting something hanging from there. So just make sure it's not too long if that's something that you want to do. I believe that is all the measurements as far as these little buckets right here. Those are about 5 inches right there going down. And then as far as across the middle right here, you're looking at 3 inches right there. So you get a good amount of space in there. Depth, I guess, it's kind of the same, 5. Yeah, it's about 5. So all in all, solid cart right there. Super easy to put together. It doesn't have that wobble in there anymore because I put those wheels on there. These wheels on this side, I guess I should have looked at this before, but I did it correctly. These wheels have a locking mechanism, these two right here. So if you do want to lock these up, you can do that. That way they can't really move anyway. It stops the roll going. The other two do not have the locking mechanism. So if you do plan on using that, you may want to make sure that you're putting the right one on the right spot. But all in all, this thing is a solid little slim basket right here to help organize your laundry room. Like I said, I'll link it up for you guys if y'all want to go and check this thing out. But I know my wife's going to be excited about having, hopefully, if the kids put their stuff back where it belongs, then they'll have a nice little cart here to be able to use. You know, another thing that I like about this too is that if you wanted to put this to where like your walls are right here, kind of tucked in like this, it makes like small little thin shelves right here that you can kind of put stuff in and grab from right here, because these spaces are nice and wide as well. Otherwise, you can put it in between like your washer and your dryer, and then you can just kind of roll it out as you need stuff from there, be able to use it, and then roll it back in. So super cool. Y'all definitely go and grab y'all one of these if this is something that you're looking for. Let me know if this was helpful. It took me about, let's see, 35 minutes to put it together. I definitely talked to you guys probably about the dimensions for a good 4 minutes. And then, you know, it took a little bit to unbox and go through instructions. I made that one mistake. So if you follow this without making the mistake that I made, you could probably do this in like 15, 20 minutes. So super easy. Y'all definitely go and grab y'all this if this is something that you're looking for. Let me know if this was helpful. If it was, click a button. Thank y'all for watching, and Dad out.